Massachusetts courts recognize that the information that is obtained from drug tests constitutes private information of the employee. Therefore, the court will balance the employee's interest in keeping that information private against the employer's interest in protecting its employees and the public. Under the court's balancing test, the court has struck down drug tests that apply to employees that simply work an office job from 9 to 5, where they would not be endangering themselves or the public by partaking in drugs. However, under the same test, the court has found that a drug test is permissible when it applies to employees in a safety-sensitive position, such as a position using dangerous tools. In that sort of position, the employee is in a position where they could endanger themselves or other employees, and the employer has a compelling reason to have a drug test. The court will consider a number of factors when it applies this drug test. It will consider whether the employer provides advance notice to its employees. When an employer provides advance notice, it permits the employee to have time to conform their behavior and conduct to the expectations of the employer. In addition, it will look to see that the employer has procedural safeguards in place to ensure that the tests are accurate and valid, and to ensure that they do not constitute more of an interference than they need to. For example, a drug test that screens for prescription drugs as well as illegal substances might be deemed to constitute an unreasonable interference. In addition, the court will look to see whether the employer has reasonable cause to test their employees, for example, if they've had problems with substance abuse in the past. And in addition, they might consider the employment status of the candidate for testing. If the employee is employed by the employer, he or she may have more of an interest in protecting their private information than if the individual is an applicant for employment.